Where's Baker? I'm looking for Big Mitch Baker.
Who's looking?
Tommy Vercetti.
Vercetti. You don't look like the law, so that's bought you a minute. You better talk fast.
Ken Paul said you might be interested in pulling security for a gig he's got set up.
Kid Paul? Shh. No wonder he sent you. The last time he was here, he left through the window in nothing but his limey birthday suit.
Are you interested or not?
We only do favors for our own.
How do I join?
This ain't no country club, boy. Can you handle a bike?
Can you sit on a stool and drink?
Cougar, Zeppelin, go see how this girl handles a bike.
Yeah, well, maybe you should worry a bit less about how Tommy can handle a bike and more about how Tommy can handle your body, because what you can do for this mission is steal any of the bikes from any of the bikers that you're competing against before the race begins. And by doing this, there is one con that I can think of, which would be that the race immediately begins and the other bikers pretty much get a head start, because while Tommy is adjusting and accelerating on the stolen bike, the other racers are already moving and already going through the first checkpoint. But that's incredibly insignificant in the long run, because the pros of stealing one of the bikes from the bikers is that you pretty much eliminate one of the bikers from the race, whichever one you stole the bike from, because they then have to resort to finding their own bike, and they're usually going to pick up one of the bikes that I picked up on the bottom right hand corner of the screen, which would be one of the bikes that you find parked outside of the club. And those bikes are just so trash in comparison to the bikes that the bikers are using for this race, because on the main screen you can see I'm just flying through these checkpoints, making sharp turns around corners, no problems whatsoever. On the bottom right though, you get situations where when you have those sharp turns, you gotta slow down significantly, and even then you'll still kind of slip and slide through corners. So it's definitely worth it to steal one of the bikes from the bikers before the race begins and use that bike instead of using one of the bikes parked outside of the club. And it'll just make life so easy for you. Unfortunately, this souped up bike doesn't retain its powers. If you were to save the game and reload it, or put the bike in a garage or pay and spray, it'll lose its effect. So that's a bit of a shame, but at the same time, it was a lot of fun to use. But anyways, that completes this part. In the next part, we'll be completing the mission Messin' with the Man. So until then, I'll see you next time.